and I'm super excited about today's video tutorial. I'm going to show you basically how you can make one of these funky carrot signs for Easter, and I'm going to show you right now what we're basically going to use, and then we'll do the whole thing start to finish on this one. So, okay, the first thing we're going to be using for the top of the carrot is just this basic decorative nautical rope from Dollar Tree. Then for the body of the carrots, we're going to be using these craft sticks, also from Dollar Tree. Then I had some little wooden signs that had funny little things on them from Goodwill. So I painted that one, and I painted this one. This was the hot pink. In this color right here of Waverly paint from Walmart. It's called Plaster. It's a great color. And I sanded the edges. Then we're going to use a little teeny weeny bit of stain, which is like not even a spoonful of brown stain with water. And I just have a Dollar Tree brush in here. On this first one, I used this stencil. On this second one that we're going to make, that's also going to be really funky, we're going to use this one that's called Retro Flowers, and then hot glue. And I think that's basically it. So let's start at the very beginning. Okay, the first thing you want to get going is the staining of your craft sticks. Okay, I'm only going to do 2 here because I've already done that and they're dry for us to actually use. But basically, just getting my camera down. Basically, all I did, you can use absolutely any kind of brown stain that you want. You can also even use brown paint diluted with water. So I'm just painting. I did both sides, which I don't know that you really need to, but I just did. So I just applied my stain, messy on both sides, and then the longer you let it sit on these, the darker it will be. Then you just wipe them off. And that's it. Some of the pieces absorb the stain darker than others. And I think that is kind of a nice effect when you're working on your projects. So then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use stain over the top of this creamy colored Plaster Waverly paint, and I did sand the edges. And this will just give it sort of a nice, it'll almost look like a wood grain. And this is the same process exactly. In the corners and the sides where I sanded it, it's going to absorb nice and give us kind of a nice look. This is totally my kind of a craft. Okay, first, for time purposes, I'm not going to do the sides. Well, maybe I will. Let me do this first. And then you just take your paper towel and you basically kind of drag it, and that gives you your streaks, which is what kind of looks like wood grain to me. Let me just put a teeny bit on the sides. So it will all match. Hello, Amanda from Toledo, Ohio. How are you doing? You can totally tell that there's absolutely nothing difficult or precise about this. So it went from being just totally cream to a stained look that is a little bit dark. And I'm going to clean off my little silicone mat. Okay, so then the next thing is to make your carrot. And I have been working on that. I have 2 different carrot patterns. And I call these a pattern, but it's just, I just cut this out of a piece of computer paper. So there's absolutely nothing I can send you. I don't have an actual pattern. But drawing a carrot is not very hard, and there's nothing precise about it. This looks more like a piece of candy corn or a piece of pizza, actually, than a carrot. But I did this one first, and I thought it was maybe a little too big, so I cut a second one that's a little bit smaller. I'm going to get my ruler, because I know that somebody's going to ask me how big is it, and I want to be able to tell you. Okay, it is not quite 5 inches wide at the top, and it's 6.5 inches long. Okay, so I took, these are my my craft sticks that I stained already, and I do want to tell you that I went outside and I sprayed them with 1 coat of clear matte sealer because I wanted a crisp stencil impression. And you guys, whenever you're working on wood, you can kind of get a little bit of a blurry or foggy sort of stencil impression. It's just something that happens with wood. And but if you spray it or wax it before you stencil, then it will look much crisper because it closes down all those wood pores that want to suck in your chalk paste or whatever you're using and spread it all out. So I hope that makes sense. So I just put 1 coat of that on there. And then I took my pattern and I laid it on my carrots, and I just used a pin to trace it. Okay. So this is my carrot right here. These are my extra sticks that we're going to use for building our carrot. Oh my gosh, and I cannot wait to show you the topper of it. Okay, so these craft sticks from Dollar Tree are pretty soft and pretty easy to cut. Oops. Okay, well, this one wanted to break. Just round it a little bit. So I'm just cutting where I marked it. And I'm sort of putting it back together because we're going to stencil next. I'll show you how to do that. And then while our stencil is drying, I'll show you how to do the top. And then we'll assemble everything. And okay, so this project can be done a ton of different ways. You don't have to stain your craft sticks if you don't want. But I think they look more like wood and less like a popsicle stick if you do. So that's up to you. And again, you can use any kind of brown stain you have. Use what you have. Or you could even use diluted brown paint. That will work as a stain too. Okay, we're getting there. You can see how not precise this is. That's part of what makes these funky. And then you can put this on absolutely whatever you want to put it on. I just am using these 2 surfaces that I picked up at Goodwill, and I repainted them. I love doing that kind of thing, taking something and repurposing it. But if you have a brand new something you want to use it on, or a canvas or a picture frame, you could even do this on the front of some glass on the picture frame. totally whatever you want. I promise this will kind of look like a carrot. So here is my carrot, and I'm just going to kind of assemble it so it's straight-ish. And I know it's hard to see on this little brown cake board, but I want to be able to move it out of our way. Okay, so I have it laid out as a carrot now. And I am just, the first one I did with this stencil, which is called Dog Paw Prints and Leopard Pattern Stencil. And let me tell you something about this. Okay, these stencils are reusable. They're from MagnoliaDIY.com. That's my website. They're reusable many, many, many times. And look how pretty this one looks. It's because it's one of my favorites. And I've used it a ton, and it really doesn't have much stick left to it, but it doesn't need it. You can use your medium basically to fix your stencil down on what you're stenciling, okay? So I don't ever use any of that spray adhesive stuff. I feel like that might clog the holes in your stencil. I don't think it's a good idea, but that's your call if you want to. But these stencils, if you take care of them, you can be using them for a long, long time. So this is called Retro Pattern, and I'm just randomly laying it on top of my carrot pieces, filling to make sure that everything's connected. And then we're using just regular white chalk paste from Magnolia DIY. This is interesting, Melanie. I love projects where you're repurposing things, and these were two just cruddy, just kind of cruddy signs that I had from Goodwill. Okay, I think I want to turn this so I can hold half of it down. This is the only tricky part about the project, is applying your chalk paste. And it's really just because you can't see where it's hard to see where the stencil, where the outline of your popsicle sticks or craft sticks are. Okay, so now I am just going to remove the big globs. And I'm resisting the urge to go over and over and over. I do want to get these big globs up. Okay, good enough. Okay, so you can see what it looks like. And now I'm going to remove my, oh, it's cute. It is really cute. Adorable. I haven't used this stencil in a little while. I honestly forgot how cute it was. Oh my gosh. This is going to be adorable. Let me fix this one. A little piece that's wanting to. Okay, let me throw this in my tub of water over here so it can be soaking until I can get it into the kitchen sink to spray it off. And this is essentially what it's going to look like. It's gonna be super cute. Okay, so let's just, let me put this aside for a moment, and we'll work on the top of the carrot, and then we'll come back to this and we'll dry it and we'll assemble it. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, I'm using some of this. Oh, hey, and I forgot to say any of my normal stuff. Hello, I'm Hiedi Scott. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you would like to sprinkle, that would be awesome. If you want links to this retro pattern stencil or this one, which is called Dog Paw Prints and Leopard Pattern Stencil, or the chalk paste, or anything else, just let me know in the comments, and when I'm all finished, I'll grab some direct links for you so you don't have to hunt those items down and you can just go take a peek. So this is also from Dollar Tree, and so were these craft sticks, okay? And I have some that's opened, and I'm just going to guesstimate how long I want my my top of my carrot to be. Okay, and then all you do is untwist it. And I know I've done this before, but it's been a while. I did not realize how many pieces were in here. There's like, I don't know, 20 something pieces. So you're just gonna pull all of that apart. And my Dollar Tree is $1.25 now. Yours probably is too. I think if you're in the US, I think almost all the stores have changed to $1.25. But shoot, you could do a ton of carrot tops with just one of these for $1.25. So this is a good crafting basic thing to have on hand. And I usually grab some of this every time I'm there. Okay, so now I'm gonna just gather all my little pieces roughly with the same length. And this project, I'm doing it in very, very neutral look with brown and white and the texture of this rope. But you could do these, you could paint them and then stencil them any color you want. You could leave them natural and stencil them any color you want. I mean, you can totally make this project be whatever your style is. Okay, so here is this is going to be our carrot top, and I'm basically just going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to tie a knot. Okay, I don't have enough fingers for this. So this is one length. Oh, I forgot to measure, but let me do that right now. It's about 11 inches long. And then it's folded in half, and I tied a knot here. Cut these guys off. And then I'm gonna cut. And this is what we're gonna stick on top of our carrot. Isn't that cute? You could do more than just one section of it. You can make it as thick or thin, as long as you want it. Absolutely whatever you like. Okay, so let me get my dryer out, my heat gun, and put this over here too. I was really not sure when I was thinking about which other pattern stencil to use, how this would look. But you guys, this retro pattern stencil on here is absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. Okay, I'm going to give it just a little bit more. Okay, this is going to be absolutely the happiest little funky carrot you've ever seen. Seriously. Okay, so now what I need to do is flip it over. I'll move this down so you can see in just a second. And we're going to glue our braces on the back of it, basically. And the braces are just more pieces of these craft sticks. Okay. So scooch down here, and let me try to get our carrot kind of lined up. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's part of what makes these funky. Okay, I do want to turn this one just a smidge. Okay, so this is my carrot, and now I'm just going to take my glue gun and a couple of these things that I stained already. I'll lift this up in just a second and show you the whole thing. I'm going to use some of the little pieces also that we cut up, because I don't want this to fall apart. And this is just holding all these little slices of carrot together. So I'm going to do one more. It's not pretty on the back. They're like popsicle sticks, yes. These are just a little bit bigger than a regular popsicle stick. And you can also use those jumbo craft sticks, but I didn't have any more. So I'm just using what I had from Dollar Tree. Okay, here is our carrot. What do you think? Oh, it's so adorable. And it is funky look. I mean, it's not perfectly straight or anything, but it is adorable. Okay, so now let's take our little, again, this was hot pink. It was from Hobby Lobby. I don't know what it said. It probably had a unicorn or some little girl something or other on it. Go this way. And we're basically going to be gluing this here. And then we'll be taking our little carrot top and gluing that on. And you can trim your carrot top up if you want it to be shorter, totally whatever appeals to you. So let's just put glue on these popsicle sticks, craft sticks. Martha says she loves it. Thank you, Martha. I do too. I kind of like to take something that would be, you know, in real life that would be different colors. I like to sometimes play around with those and not always have them be the actual color. Okay. Now I'm just going to put a whole bunch of hot glue on the back of this. I'm going to stick it on and push it down. And then we can fiddle around with how we want that to sit. Do you want it to flop over? Do you want to give this a little haircut? What do you think? Is this adorable or what? And here's the other one. So I'll just review really quickly. These are super easy to make. And if you have some like signs that you can repurpose, just paint them and use them for this. And you have some craft sticks. You have a pattern stencil and some white chalk paste. And then you have some rope. You have everything you need. So for all of you guys out there that have the Victorian pattern stencil, because that's my favorite, you could totally do this project with that. Anyways, that was our funky project, funky carrot project for the day. I hope that I inspired you to do something fun. And if you do decide to do it, I would love to see pictures. So hop on over to that group that I set up for all of us to be able to share our crafting pictures. It's completely free. It's called Dreamy DIY. If you haven't already joined, answer the questions, and you know, that you'll be nice, that you won't try to use that group to sell anything. What's the other one? Oh, and that you won't, please don't share other crafters' videos in that group. That's it. Then we'll say, yes, come on in. Then you can go to the photo tab and just look through. There's thousands of pictures there, and it's really inspirational. So I would love for you to do that. I do want to know which one of these two you like better. This one, because the base of it is so thick, it doesn't need a stand. This one, this started its life out actually as a wood plaque from Walmart, but it was messed up. I can't remember. Something was messed up about it, so I just decided to paint it and start fresh and make something fun out of it. Okay, so do a this or a this, or say something to me in the comments, and look to see if you're following and if you've liked this page and turned on your notifications. And then I hope that I'll see you again tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday for Christ and Crafting for lots more projects here that are going to be quick. They're going to be easy. You don't have to be a crafting master or an artist to do them. They're going to be kind of unusual, like these. They're going to be affordable, and they're almost always going to either involve faith, family, or flowers. And at this time of the year, some of them are going to involve carrots too, and hearts. So I hope you like these. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I'd love it if you would sprinkle all that good stuff. I will hop off now and look at what everybody has to say. And then I will answer questions, and I will get pictures of these. I think they turned out so cute. I will get pictures, and I'll share the pictures here in the comments, and I'll also do that separately on DIY Dreaming. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye. Oops.